are going to work on sound issues with our dogs. So some dogs bark and lose their mind at the sound of a doorbell. Some of them it's the mail truck. Some of it's another dog barking. Today we are going to work on the doorbell sound. Now, you're going to need to simulate the sound of the doorbell. There are apps out there that you can download that just make the sound of a doorbell. Or you can go to YouTube to get videos of dogs barking or something, or whatever sound it is that bothers your dog. For me though, my doorbell is not built into my house. It's like a plug-in one. So I actually just took the doorbell off the wall outside and brought it in. So I will be using my actual doorbell. CJ has worked on this, so I'm hoping he'll be naughty for us, but we'll see what happens. But before you even do any of this, what you're going to want to do is work with your dog that their name equals treats. So to do that, all you have to do is say, CJ, give him a treat. CJ, give him a treat. Now, obviously, you're not going to say CJ. You're going to say your dog's name. But the other important thing here when we're dealing with sound issues is that the sound has to come first. So I'm not going to show my dog the treats and then make the sound, because what can happen there is when we go to get the treats, the dog will start to think, oh, she's getting those treats. That means the doorbell is going to ring. I need to get all worked up and start barking. That's not what we want to accomplish. We want our dogs to learn that the sound of the doorbell produces treats. So the sound has to come first. Doesn't have to be the doorbell. It can be the dog's barking. It can be the mail truck. Whatever the sound is, has to come first. So let's jump in. Let's hope he'll be naughty for us. I'm going to go ahead and ring the doorbell. CJ. Yes. I'm going to do that again. CJ. Now guys, here's the thing. I'm not paying him when he's barking. All I am doing is saying, CJ. Yes, getting his attention back on me. Now, I should have said this beforehand, but when you're working on this in the beginning, you want your dog on a leash. So that way, CJ, that's enough, on your bed. So that way, when they do start to bark and freak out, they can't take off on you. You want them to stay close so you can continue to work them. Now, if you don't have them on a leash, you're gonna have to go over, bring them back, all that stuff. So practice this on a leash to begin with. And all you're gonna do is your dog's gonna bark because that's what they've been conditioned to do. You're gonna wait for them to stop barking. It may be a lot longer than what CJ was doing, but as soon as you get that moment of quiet, you're gonna cue their name, and when they come to you, you're gonna give them a treat. So you're gonna have to practice this quite a lot, guys. So it's gonna look like CJ. Yes. Ultimately, you'll get away with not having to say their name at all. You'll just ring the doorbell, give them a treat. Ring the doorbell, give them a treat. I actually don't even know if you guys can hear the doorbell or not. It's quite quiet. Now, see how he's starting to pay attention to that treat bag? I don't want that to be what happens. I want him to think, we're just sitting here having a grand old time. The doorbell rings. I give you a treat for being quiet. I'm going to ring the doorbell, then reach into the bag for treats. Ring the doorbell, get a treat. Yes, good boy. So, to start, your dog will bark a lot. I know, good job, good boy. So you ring the doorbell, wait for them to stop barking, Cue their name to get their attention back onto you. And once they look at you, you give them a treat. Now, just because you have that leash on doesn't mean you yank or pull them back, because guess what, guys? Eventually, you're not going to have the leash to hold on to. So if you are yanking and pulling back on the leash, that becomes part of the cue for your dog, and they'll wait for that tug. And when that tug doesn't come, they'll be like, oh, I should just continue barking then. So really be aware of that. That leash is just there to prevent them from taking off. It's not there for communicating what to do. It simply just is there to prevent them from running off. So you ring the doorbell, wait for them to stop barking, say their name, then give them the treat. Cueing their name gets their attention back onto you. Over time, you don't have to cue them anymore because they will become conditioned to think that the doorbell makes treats appear, and that's what we want. So same thing, it could be the sound of the mail truck coming up to the house. That sound makes treats appear instead of barking. But you only get the treats when you're not barking. It is a lot of work, guys, and it does take repetition. So that's where having the sound on your phone or on your computer is helpful, because the mailman only comes once a day. So it's hard to really get good at it quickly. So having the sound on your computer will really help you get more repetitions in, and that's what you're going to want here. Then over time, once your dog is checking in with you and looking to you for treats instead of barking, then you can add on other behaviors, like going to their bed to settle down. I can help teach your dog that, but we're not going to talk about that in this video because this is all just about teaching your dog. If you hear a sound or you see something you don't like, check in with me and you'll get good things for good behavior. So wait for that quiet though. If you're paying them while they're still barking, then they're just getting rewarded for the barking. They have to be quiet, then you cue their name and they get a treat. The more repetitions you do, the quicker this will go and the quicker they will stop barking because they'll be like, oh, I gotta be quiet to earn the treat. So I hope this helps, guys. If you have any questions or if you're really struggling with this, please let me know and I'd be happy to help further. I hope you guys have a great day.